What are you doing, Francis?
I'm cleaning! What does it look like, Samson?
What is that? Well, it's a book. Why don't you throw it out? It looks like garbage.
This is my journal, Samson! How dare you! I'll just put this in that place for things I don't need.
Otherwise known as garbage.
Stop, Samson!
Since when do you journal?
For your information, I don't usually keep this journal here. I usually keep it in a place that's nice and safe.
I don't know who'd ever want to read your thoughts.
Title card! Hello, interwebs. My name is Francis X Files. This is Samson Brown, and this is the X Files.
Wait a minute. You're putting my name in the intro now? Wow, thanks, Francis. That's a real honor.
Yeah, I bet it is, Samson. I've been meaning to ask, why is it you've been suddenly interested in my series, Samson?
It wasn't sudden, Francis. And it's not like I believe them or anything, but if you're gonna keep doing this show, I might as well hear you out and shoot your crazy ideas down so your audience gets some semblance of the truth.
Great segue, Samson. Today is a very special episode of the X-Files. For today, I will be revealing the truth.
Oh, wonderful. This should be good. But let me guess. Kennedy N is in there.
He's the star, my friend. Without further ado, let's go to the Conspiracy Corner. For you to understand the gravity of the tale I'm about to tell, we have to go back in time to the dawn of man. Before we'd evolved into the creatures we are today, we used to be far more primitive. Our world was a backwater planet in the grand scope of the universe, yet intelligent life took pity on us and gave us guidance. These were kind and noble beings made of light, which is why early humans named them the Illuminati. These beings had a prime directive never to directly interfere in the affairs of man, but they were known to us and have been documented in our mythologies as ancient gods. From the time their brother Prometheus broke the prime directive and gave humans fire, we have grown as a species. Eventually our progress reached the point where they felt first contact was necessary, and they reached out to the leaders of the ancient empires. Their trust in the goodness of humanity was their ultimate downfall, however. For when these powerful humans learned that the gods could be killed, they used their own technologies against them and wiped them out. Reaching out to each other, these leaders formed a cult which they called the Illuminati in honor of the fallen gods and used their technologies to run the world from behind closed curtains since the time of the Roman Empire. Why not rule openly, you might ask? It's because their wisdom taught them this would be a mistake. They murdered the gods because they realized they were not all powerful. But if they could not be seen, then they could not be killed. Using their advanced technology and cunning, they silently invaded the world's leadership at every point in history and ensured ultimate control over the world at all times. Every government of the world is secretly run by them, and they have kept the biggest truths of the planet behind closed doors for centuries. This is so that humanity can never fully equal them in terms of progress, and ultimately become free one day. The battle for technologies and the spirit of Saturn can be found in episode 5. On the other side is Dr. Jacques F. Kennedy and his time-traveling band of renegades who go throughout history and reveal the truth slowly, through subtle and heroic means. Jacques F. Kennedy has worked with some of the most noteworthy characters in history, including Leonardo da Vinci, Nostradamus, Marilyn Monroe, Shakespeare, and even Adolf Hitler at one point. Kennedy's war began when he assassinated the Illuminati stooge John F. Kennedy, refer to episode 2, and then first attempted to reveal the truth by sending William Shakespeare back in time to write the Bible, refer to episode 3. What he didn't realize was that the Illuminati founded the church to turn Shakespeare's history books into the stuff of legend. At this time, Kennedy never expected that the church would become a new superpower and steal the truth. Realizing he needed to know his enemy better, Kennedy studied the history of the Illuminati silently. Upon discovering that the modern incarnation of the Illuminati had also developed time travel, Kennedy learned that he could not change the time stream, but he could quietly manipulate certain things. He made friends throughout history and gave them instructions to change history itself by taking down the secret society. In an all-or-nothing battle throughout history, Kennedian has set forth a motion that will force the people to rise up and overthrow their rulers in every era simultaneously. In the modern day, Kennedian plans to lead an armada of his closest allies to destroy Moon Eliminator Base and topple the current head of the Illuminati, Tom Cruise. A war is coming! Are you going, Samson? Samson always seems to be late for things. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I think something is going on. My first instinct is to say he's got a hot date. He was dressed nice after all. But something is telling me it's not that. He's always been a little bit of a strange guy. But lately, he's just been flat out suspicious. Part of me thinks that it's just my mind getting paranoid. But this was the truth he just ran out on. Why would he run out on the truth? Unless he didn't want to hear it for some reason. He said he was interested in my theories! That can't be it. I'm gonna look into it further. In the next and final episode of The X-Files, I will be telling you the end of this story. This has been The X-Files. I'm Francis X-Files. And remember, the truth is in here.